Research can be defined as the act of searching for answers to those questions that an individual believes are worth answering. It can provide English language teachers with a means of exploring the questions they might have about the events that take place in the classroom. The school also has a strong industry interface program supporting students to get exposure to reputed industries. For instance, the school has a collaboration with Lemon Tree Hotels, enabling students to gain understanding of the hospitality industry. In terms of cognitive presence, a key conclusion from the review is that online teacher education is enhanced when it promotes deeper levels of reflective and critical engagement. To achieve this, teacher educators need competences to enable the sharing and analysis of concrete experiences, to support teachers in making sense of ideas and experiences. This publication provides teachers with a bank of 30 activities, based on 10 climate change themes, with step-by-step guidance for each activity. They are an ideal starting point to help to address issues of sustainability in the classroom. The activities cover a range of levels and age groups, and each explores climate change through one of 10 topics. Education is an essential element of the global response to climate change. It helps young people understand and address the impact of global warming, encourages changes in their attitudes and behavior, and helps them adapt to climate change-related trends. It is estimated that at any one time there are over 1.5 billion people across the globe learning English, most of them students in school. We hope that these climate change education activities will be integrated into English language lessons all around the world. Young people will have to navigate a world deeply impacted by climate change, so they need to learn about it, the science, the social and economic consequences, and most importantly of all, their role in combating it. It would be pointless to prepare learners for the future when, because of global heating, But perhaps the biggest impact we can make is at the level of the communities we are members of, and for most people, the most significant community is in our place of work on our wider professional networks. Our learners and fellow colleagues make up the community that we spend a significant amount of time with, who we can influence, and who influence us. Teaching entire lessons dedicated to aspects of the climate crisis is a great chance to raise awareness of sustainability with your learners, but it isn't always possible to spend whole lessons on the topic because you need to consider the curriculum, the course and exams. There is no better reinforcement of an English lesson around the topic of plants absorbing CO2 than having students cultivate a small garden at school, or a lesson about plastic pollution in which students create posters urging people to say no to plastic bags in local shops and markets. Action and hope are two key drivers of climate education. Effective teaching and learning are based on solid principles. The same is true for the creation of materials, whether complete course books or smaller resources such as role-play cards or survey questions to be used with a specific class. It is only by first selecting and then observing principles that we can be sure our materials are appropriate. Teacher-educators can use the activities in this publication to help their teachers develop the skills they need to create their own classroom activities. One simple way of doing this could be to analyze and evaluate several of the activities, identifying and discussing how key features support and help learners. The history of our world is a story of migration, diversity, empire, and belonging. But these topics are not often taught in schools. Black History Month is about teaching ourselves fully and fairly about our history, and not just looking at it from one point of view. For someone working in a low-resource situation, one guiding principle might be that texts should be short enough for the teacher to write on the board, to read out loud as a live listening, or to deliver as a dictation activity. For someone teaching mixed ability groups, it might be that materials are created with plenty of built-in differentiation. Some content about the environment and the climate crisis already exists in course materials, but not much. For the most part, it has been given the same treatment as any other topic. It may or may not be chosen from a menu of possible topics, such as food, technology, or transportation. The planet's oceans, rivers, plants and animals are all suffering because of human action, and for some people that is all the motivation they need to act. Adding a human component to climate-related lessons can be a very effective vehicle for a positive and proactive message of change. The activities in this book cover a wide range of topics: environmental issues, language areas and learner groups, from young learners to adults. In addition, They provide a variety of ways to use and practice English, through quizzes, presentations, discussions, class surveys, role plays and many others. For many people, the main reason for going vegan is probably that they believe that animals and all other sentient beings should have the right to life and freedom. However, there are other reasons. Vegans argue that the production of meat and other animal products is very bad for the environment. This year, the school plans to use plastic materials to develop eco-bricks and eco-walls for the school garden. If the initiative brings positive results, the school will encourage the production of more such products from recyclable waste. The school also has a strong industry interface program supporting students to get exposure to reputed industries. A useful activity that teachers can be helped to set up to maximize their engagement with the relevance of a piece of research is discussing a study or set of findings with a small group of colleagues. This can be done in person or online. and it can involve immediate colleagues or else a teacher's peers working elsewhere. It welcomes students from diverse social, cultural, and economic backgrounds, including children with a range of disabilities and additional needs. The school believes that every child can learn and thrive if provided with a comforting, caring, and compassionate environment. Sometimes, when a new child joins the school at 3 or 4 years of age, parents might be unaware of the special needs. So, our teachers observe a child for 15 or 20 days on their own and they discuss their observations with parents. Whenever we observe a symptom, we inform parents about our informal assessment so that they can take the child for formal assessment.